I can confirm that we are now recording. And I'm going to start playing the music, so shut your beautiful little mouth. Starting the music now.
Hello and welcome to TemTalk, a podcast about the creature collection MMO Temtem. I'm your host this week, Prez B. Kennedy, joined as always by the wonderful, the magnificent, it's Gaijin Boo. Gaijin, how you doing? Uh, Don't run. Yeah, don't run. We are on episode 56 of the podcast today. This episode's title is The Foundation Crumbles. Because boy, did we put up a showing at Plus OP's tournament this past Friday. And by showing, I mean we showed up. And that was about it. So, yeah, trying is half the battle, and if the entire battle is all 5 rounds of Swiss, then we only got 2/3 of the battle. I I know for myself, I went 2-3 in the tournament. Um I like to say I have like really hard matchups in the tournament, which there were superstar names here, but at some point you just have to get better at the game. And it's always nice getting your face smashed in and realize like yeah, get good. Yeah, and it's always nice to just kind of realize like, wow, I suck and I got a lot to learn.
You know what?
And
I just realized I'm muted like an idiot.
wait, on
I'm
Twitch?
muted. You're not
Oh,
muted.
okay.
Everybody heard you, but nobody heard me, and that's totally fine. I'm clearly the less important person here. I think that people can probably get the gist of what I was talking about. Uh from your responses. So, no big
Yeah,
deal.
well,
No big
welcome
deal.
to
Just
Ghost Talk,
just
where I
pulling
talk to the voices in my head.
pulling a boo-boo. What a surprise. It's not a stream run by Gaijin Boo if he doesn't keep his mic muted for a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder how long it's been muted.
Thank you for looking at chat, Kennedy. God.
Well, I have the notes document up. I was just
Don't you
going
have
like
two
ham on our
monitors?
introduction. I do, and you know what's playing on my other monitor?
Huh?
Samurai Champloo Lo-Fi Tributes
Ooh,
to Ninja
Samurai
Beast.
Champloo is so good.
I know, and its soundtrack is out of this world.
And thank
Uh,
you, by the way, Zik, uh, Shadows, Mongoose Dog, Maluna, Alonzo. Thank you all for letting me know, unsuccessfully, because I have the dumb. But yeah, we're here. I'm back. I'm talking, and we're gonna start this thing, I guess.
Yeah. So before we get into we'll talk about our tournament experience later in the episode. For you, how was your week in Temtem?
It was pretty decent. Pretty decent. I don't really have a lot of complaints, honestly. It just
Another week of Sapanku win.
another week of losing. TMR. Another week of losing money, and nothing exciting really. I did find in Loomis as is tradition. Didn't
I always tell myself I'm going to do better and better and better and not like procrastinate on my responsibilities. And I knew I wanted to complete in the plus OP weekly, but I just didn't have a team I was like well practiced with that I felt comfortable with. and it got to Thursday in the week, and I lost track of days, and I thought it was Friday, and I panicked, and from Thursday, like at lunchtime, all the way until like 4 o'clock, I was just going over ideas and strategies and TVs for like teams, and like fitting all the Tims in my box together in different ways and trying to put together something. And about 30 minutes before 4 o'clock, I had a freeze team that I was pretty comfortable with, that I felt okay. And I was like, whew, I'm going to be able to compete in the monthly or the weekly tournament on Friday tonight.
Tell everybody, tell everybody the name of your whip lump.
Oh, my whip lump, it's Gaijin Blue. But anyways, I get everything submitted. I register for the tournament. I open Plus OP's stream, and he is not online. And I realize it's Thursday, and the weekly isn't until Friday. And so I actually did good in not waiting till the last minute to get things together. That said, I need to work on that team, and I'll have ideas about it later in the episode. Do you want to jump into the news?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and pull up that weekly reset.
I was going to talk about my team a little bit, but we'll do that later.
Well, no, let's cover the whole tournament together later.
Okay. Here we are, folks. They're doing odd bunnies, I guess. Odd bunnies for Cy Park, or that was what Suki said. Odd bunnies. I still refuse to accept that Mushi's a bunny, because it's not. It's not a bunny.
It is a cute rabbit-like mushroom boxer
it is
wizard
a
sorcerer
mushroom
thing.
It's not a bunny. And anybody who says it is,
excuse you, Gaijin, it's a Temtem.
It's a mushroom Temtem. It's a mushroom Temtem.
Yeah, we did have, you just like jogged my memory. We did have a Easter holiday event in game last year at this time, where everybody was Luma hunting the bunnies, Bun in Madrid,
and it had the egg move that was not yet available, Dust Vortex.
Yeah, that was a heck of a week. I went pretty ham in that week.
People made so much money that week. I think I got 4 or 3 buns, if I remember correctly.
I got a couple buns with the egg move, but I didn't get any Lumas, and I really wanted the Luma Madrid, which was really sad.
I got
it just is what it is.
I got a Luma with Dust Vortex and Crystal Bite.
Lord, and I know you gave it away probably.
Of course I did. Oh, I even bred them, because they both had egg moves. One had Crystal Bite and one had Dust Vortex, and they were male and female, so perfect combo.
We're gonna see Bun or Madrid like make some sort of return this patch, or rather in Sapanku, hopefully. If it is just right on the edge of being good. The thing that keeps it out is it just dies to melee.
It's so weak.
But it's fast, and it has great special attack.
Sure, but it's weak to water and like nature too, though. I mean, even those can delete it off the field. It's not even very tanky.
That's fair.
It is a literal glass cannon. Like,
it is a glass cannon.
Just straight up. But even then, it doesn't even do that much damage most of the time.
I know.
It's just glass. It's a glass bubble gun.
Let's pray to our Lord and Savior Yah that Madrid gets either some crazy stats, some reworks on its traits, or something really cool that just brings it back in. Give it Hurry Wart, and then also give it Gamma Burst. There we go.
Okay.
That seems like it'll fix it.
Gamma Burst? Gamma Burst will never be useful at 51 stamina? Or is it 52?
No, people swap in, melees to try and, counter Madrid as soon as you throw it in. It's just like, if you catch the slot, you just Gamma Burst it out of oblivion.
Yeah. But
no, here it is. Give it Psychic Collaborator. There we go.
Does it even have enough stamina to make Gamma Burst useful?
Who knows? Hey, Subaki, welcome to the episode. So anyways, let's cover this side park real quick. We've got
Yeah. We'll
3,000 pan suns. You get 6 side cards. We got a pretty decent side park week if you decide to go into side park. Lapanite, 100% spawn rate, always awesome to see those. With a 3 times Luma rate. That's gonna be a really hard hunt. One in like what, 3,300?
really
And then
hard hunt. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
For Luma weeks, I believe for like the past month and a half, they've only been doing 4x.
Oh, because
like this is a 3x
because
week.
3 times the normal odds is obviously bad.
Well, good luck. Tell me how you do in there and how long it takes you to get a Lapanite.
I'm busy doing dojo rematches, thank you.
Yeah, TYVM. But the fortunate thing is the Lapanites have a 15% chance at an egg technique, which
Diamond
is on the
Fort.
high side. Yeah, that's really, really good for egg chances. Then the other Temtem is Mushi in Cypark at an 80% spawn rate. And it has a 3 times Luma rate and the same thing, 15% chance at an egg technique. And the really important egg technique it has, well, not important, but the egg technique it has is the big dragon inner spirit that Mushi can learn. That said, do you want to cover the free Tem or do you want me to do that?
Of course I'll cover it.
Mongoose Dog.
I was waiting for you to finish.
Play of the game Lapanite right away, thankfully. Good heebie-jeebie, you lucky son of a gun.
What? You already got a Luma?
Oh, Mongoose, I forgot to tell you, the tax for watching TemTalk consistently is giving us a Luma. So that Lapanite, you can just straight into my
there we go. 5 viewers. It was nice knowing you while it lasted.
I'm kidding.
Just stop by Gaijin Boo stream, get a free Luma, and then give it back to us, I guess.
There we go.
You know.
Hey, it's too early for plugs.
So this week, for free Tem, it's actually a pretty good week. I mean, I don't know why they just did 2 sets of Wish You Well coins instead of combining them and doing something else, but
we always say more Wish You Well coins.
I'm not going to complain about more Wish You Well coins, honestly. So this is a pretty good week. You get the attack Telemer hack at 400 releases. You get 4 times Wish You Well coins at 250 releases. But if you don't want to go that far, you've got 2 times Wish You Well coins at 150. And for 50 side cards, you get for 50 releases, for 50 side cards. For 50 releases, you get 2 side cards, which is usual. But if you want to go into Side Park with 2 side cards and not have to buy any for 3,000 suns, then there you go. It's pretty good.
Yeah, and 2 side cards on an egg technique week is not bad either. Just trying to land something with some breeding stock on it. And then finally, we have Earthquake inside of at the Nuru Lodge this week. And Earthquake is the one that I consistently feel like I can't even think of a use of why I'd want to run it. So,
well, I can't think of a use that I'd want to run you for either. So,
I mean, so let's think about this real quick. Earth, water. It gets hit by water neutrally. It takes 4x from nature damage. Gets hit by electricity neutrally. It gets hit by fire at 1/4. Which is, I guess.
So what you do is you run it iridescent. And then you just
that's what I'm thinking. If you go iridescent,
good to go against a decent amount of stuff, except for fire, of course. And you just don't throw it into Quetza. You're good to go.
But I mean, an iridescent Earthquake still dies to Volphy mud, not mud shower, but
dust vortex.
Yeah,
and look, neutral damage.
No, dust vortex hits it super hard because earth into earth is half resistant, and then water is half resistant, so that's 4x damage. Right? I'm not crazy.
Are you sure?
Hold on. I'm
Maybe
gonna look at it.
maybe
So
I'm
the
wrong. I have a hard time remembering all of the counters all the time. So
I feel like the Koishes with bad typings, and hopefully like whenever we get the Sapanku patch, maybe we'll see if this gets addressed. The Koishes with like poor typings need like super amazing moves to help compensate. Okay, so an iridescent an iridescent water earth Koish takes 2 times damage from earth, not 4 times.
yeah.
It takes 2 times damage, but it also takes 2 times from crystal. How weird.
Wait, because Earth is resistant to crystal. So okay,
Yeah,
yeah, that makes
let's
sense.
see. What's the earth move?
So
It
yeah,
learns stone
basically
ball.
what we've learned is it's completely useless.
Yeah, I mean it's still better than Gario, probably. Maybe.
Whoa. Gario just needs
Because
a turn one move, okay? It just needs a good
yeah,
turn one move and it's good to go.
but here's the difference between Gario and Water Earthquake is
Gary's
hypnosis
cute.
and stone ball on Water Earthquake.
Yeah, Gary really needs
What?
Stone Ball. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
How does Gary not have Stone Ball? I mean, Tataru gets it for crying out loud, and if Tataru doesn't get Electro Punch, I'll be mad, but
The
that's kind of irrelevant.
puncher Temtem.
Yeah.
But yeah, Water Earthquake at the Naru Lodge. If you need breeding stock, definitely go get it. Otherwise, if you're just trying to get your 5 out of 5 for the week, you're probably just going to be running from a lot of fish.
And I just want to
Uh,
say, Laponite's wild spawn is 85%. So we also get an extra 15% spawn rate out of Park. So it's not technically 3 times. It's better than 3 times for the mod still.
okay. I like it then. Yeah, because I know
It's
for
not quite
Mushi,
4 times, but it's definitely not 3 times.
yeah, I know for Mushi, does Mushi have 100% spawn rate? I think it gets up to like 60 in the
Yeah,
wild.
I think he gets up to 60. I didn't really check that one there.
So yeah, I guess we still keep getting that 4 times rate. So maybe yeah, I'll retract my statement from earlier and say it's not a hard hunt this week. It's adequate. It's appropriately difficult to all the other Park weeks that we've had at 4 times odds.
Here, I'm gonna kill some Kina real quick. We're just going back to
All right.
the regular thing until we go to our next topic.
Well, we can just jump right into the next topic because we got some news on the Twitter account this week.
Wait, what?
And
We got news?
we got news, and I actually linked the wrong one inside of the document, so I'll put the right link there.
Are
So
you
on the
sure?
official, yes, use the second link if you bring it up on stream. So on the official Twitter, we got a reveal of a Temtem that is likely going to be in Sapanku. It is a digital Temtem.
Mogu.
Yes, number 6, Molgu. Do you want to read the tweet?
Yeah. Here is Mulgu. This model represents a significant upgrade from Tem005. Surprisingly, Nanto Labs found examples of escaped Mulgu having evolved on their own, further proving the point that digital Temtem are every bit as alive and natural as other varieties. Oh, yeah.
Yes. And so if you're looking, or rather if you're listening to the audio of this episode, Mogu looks like like kind of like a little raptor, like a mix between a raptor and a standing mongoose almost, like with how its head's shaped.
Would you say it's like a
And
mongoose dog with one eye?
yeah, and it stands on 2 feet. Oh, you know what? You know what? Here we go. I made a joke about this to some friends the other day. It looks like Temtem's version of Rock Agumon. Like if you know Digimon, it has a very similar posture and demeanor to kind of like Agumon and Vmon of like that bipedal raptor, but not quite like dinosaur Temtem or dinosaur type creature. And it's got like one eye, but the really interesting thing about its imagery and from the tweet that they put is it has evolved on their own and it's significantly
So,
like darker in color.
what they're saying is they're sentient beings. They're sentient. So all digital Temtem are alive. They're going to take over the archipelago. Bel Soto is actually made up of all digital Temtem. The tamers are actually just Ditem disguised as Bel Soto grunts is what it is.
What I'm thinking is that this is actually a Earth digital Temtem. Of like it got into the wild and then it evolved and like adapted to like its environment.
Color scheme wise, I could see it. I could see Earth.
Yeah, because it's got all of these earthy muted tones to it, and so like I don't know. I think that would be really cool too of having a an Earth like digital because man, Sipanku's gonna be wild.
That's honestly what I'm most excited about is to see the different elements that they actually combine digital with, because it's not just going to be straight digital. There's going to be multiple types for several digital themes. I mean, there's going to be some pure digitals, of course, but it's going to be really exciting. I'm super pumped for Sipanku. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I think digital Tims are going to rise in stonk, like regardless. They deal such good damage to melee and mental, which are prevalent things within the meta currently. And then Gazuma fast charge is just going to make so many of these things ridiculously hard threats.
Fast charge is so stupid. I was actually who was it? I went through the story again. And I think it's the professor, right? He has Zalbion or whatever it's called and a Gazuma. And when he dropped it in, it just gets immediately +2 speed. And it's just like...
Okay, thanks. I want to run digital Koish just to like play around with fast charge. But like, obviously we're going to have more electrics and digitals running everywhere. And crystals are going to become much more prevalent for keeping the electric and digital threats down. And if crystals become prevalent, then a digital earth type might be really cool.
I mean, it's going to be super cool. What I want to see, though, is an electric digital Tem.
Yeah, aren't we going to get an electric digital?
Or a crystal digital. That would be really cool. It'd be a credit card.
Oh, crystal digital. Yeah. So, we'll see what this thing is able to do, though.
Yeah. That's Mulgu. He's a cutie.
Yeah, definitely a cutie, and more team building options makes me excited.
Surprise, he's also going to be garbage.
If it is garbage, then I'll still probably first buy it like I did with Gario.
I can't wait
I'll regret it.
To see how many people buy a bunch of Sipanku Tems for ridiculous amounts of money being perfect, only to find out that they're completely worthless like you did with Gary.
Yeah, and some newer players are going to be very happy in a few months when when more established players have just a bunch of free perfect tins to give away, and it's like, oh my god, you're giving me a burglar Wolfie, and it's like, yeah,
I can hardly sell that thing for 5,000 panson, so take it.
It is your wonderful lucky day. This is the rarest and best Temtem in the game.
Yeah.
Why is it so rare? Because you'll never see it on the market. There you go.
Alrighty. So that's Mulgu. We're going to move on to the next topic.
Oh, yeah, the traits. This is just going to be... the traits that we got sent by Shadows. If you pull it up on screen. So one of our viewers sent us a picture of some traits, which is a teaser for, I'm assuming, Sipanku coming up. And it is the 2 traits that a Temtem will have. Their first trait is a trait called Splitter that we do not know what it does.
It sounds very digital, and it sounds to me like it's going to split damage between Tems, is my initial thought.
That's what I think too. Like, I think of like a for like a router, like a splitter.
Doesn't
splits like an Ethernet port.
Drakash have Sentinel?
Yes, and then the second trait it has access to is Sentinel, which we do know what that does.
And
as long as the Temtem is on the field, yes, the ally Temtem and the Temtem that has Sentinel cannot be put to sleep.
hate Sentinel Drakash. It's such a jerk. I mean, they're easy enough to deal
Sentinel
with.
was a wonderful
of.
addition to the game because Drakash was hyper popular back when hypnosis control was really a problem. So
Yeah.
I think Tim's like Drakash and Two Rocks are a very important function of just ensuring like late torment teams and hypno relax teams can't just go
Oh
infinitely
no,
unchecked.
absolutely. Sentinel's a great trait. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
Fair.
One of
Fair enough.
one of the viewers, Mongoose Dog, says maybe it only splits digital text, which could be possible. I mean, it could be like spread or 2Kai a little bit, maybe. But I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, another person, maybe Splitter makes it so all the damage the Tim gets
Yeah, exactly.
half to his partner. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I
think it's splitting the damage between the two Tems is a much more feasible option. Because we already have spreader, which is already a trait that spreads special attacks or whatever. I mean, and maybe it's only exclusive to 2Kai or whatever, but
imagine running Splitter and it does that and it splits the damage and somebody reads your swap into Pigapet. Full kills your Pigapet. Or not full kills your Pigapet. Okay. Deals good damage to it, and then Molgu splits the damage and kills the Pigapet. Would Fainted Curse kill the Molgu? Question. I kid. Anyways, Hypers, thank you for the raid. Welcome to the channel.
It's Hyperion.
Oh, Hyperion.
It's a little bit hard to read, yeah. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid, and hello, Temteros.
Was there anything else you wanted to say on these traits, Gaijin?
No, that's it.
I look forward to seeing.
I want to know exactly what it does.
I'll take a guess at this one. The Temtem with the reservoir in its tail, the one that can breed with all the other Temtems, I'm going to say it's this one. And it's going to do something with splitting it up and becoming a new Temtem. Who knows?
Oh, get out of here.
I will when we're done with the episode.
Okay, Mr. Luma for everyone. Get out of here.
One Luma, please. Send it to my bank. All right, let's go to the community events and tournaments part of the section. Vasiasi, what is this title?
Well, perfect. We're about to tell you, Vasi.
So, a good number of the foundation members, the competitive guild that Gaijin started for us, we competed together in the Plus OP weekly tournament 42 this past week.
41?
Oh, 41.
Mm-hmm.
This past week, and oh my goodness gracious, was it rough. I think every one of our members except for one, we went 2 and 3 in our matches.
Yeah. Sweetie Poo, who hit 1500 TMR this week. Sweetie Poo 17, he streams. He hit 1500 TMR this week. He went 3 and 2. Everybody else
went 3 and 2.
Everybody else went 2 and 3.
Could have been 3 and 2, but I misplayed my last match.
Except for Wildfella.
Wildfella
did go 1 and 4, but Wildfella's really, really good too, and has actually, beaten me quite a few times. Not that I'm a real good bar for measurement, but
I thought you were God's gift to Temtem.
Well, I mean, some of us might think that. Not me though.
I do. I'm thankful for you. But yeah, it was really fun. One of the things I mentioned this briefly at the end of the last episode, but this game is so much more enjoyable when you have communities of people you can enjoy it with and play it with. And everybody who was competing, we were in Discord and we were laughing, joking, crying as our faces were getting punched in, calking for other members and looking up things and making recommendations. And it's like, that's the joy of being in a club in this game, of just like having that group galaxy mind that's only as big as a comet, that's just like drifting through space.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. This was our first tournament like competing together-ish, and we were all in, voice chats talking about our matches at the time or whatever. And it was really fun. We all ended up getting some pretty difficult matches. I ended up going up against Pa Duke, which I did end up winning that one. I think he's 1500 TMR as well. He's definitely a talented player. And then I ended up going up against Buff Duck, and
Yeah,
I made
same.
some mistakes that definitely ended up letting him just steamroll the match. He did say that it was closer than it seemed, so I think that's a compliment. Thank you, Buff Duck. But
I want to talk about the cheaty moment that came back to bite me in the butt.
before we do that, let
So,
me just say,
go ahead.
it's Albin. Thank you. Thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate
Oh
you.
yeah, thank you for the subscription, and I hope you enjoy the content. Um, so the cheaty moment that came back to bite me in the butt, in round one of the Swiss, like I wasn't super comfortable with my team. I get matched against Buff Duck, and I was hoping to have like one or two matches, just kind of feel it out of
To
like how it
warm
works
up.
in a higher tier. Yeah, in higher tier play, and I get matched against Buff Duck in the first round of the tournament, and I'm like, no. But Wild Fella
Thank you,
and our
Wild
club
Fella.
signed up for the tournament, but he never registered for it, so it never sorted him into the brackets.
Yeah.
And plus caught it right at the last minute that he wasn't in there and stopped all the matches and was like, whoa, everybody stop. We got to get one more person in here, and re-rolled the brackets. I was like, yes, Wild Fella, yes, you saved me.
Yeah,
and then I got matched against Funky How in
which
my first
so
match.
much better.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Funky How's not obviously one of the top tier players either.
And I was just like, gosh, I just kind of want to feel out this team a little bit.
And look
But
at
I did.
look at Tsubaki, 5-0. What a legend. Just every time Tsubaki just coming out and doing work. Sadly, Tsubaki did not win, but damn, Tsubaki 5-0 in the what is this? Swiss? Yeah. Right? Yeah,
Yeah, my
Swiss and then
matches
Top Cut, that's
were
right.
Funky How, Dave Goblino, and then I think I won my third against Dino Dude, and then I won my fourth against Sebo, and then my fifth, I had a stupid play where I threw away my bowler in for nothing, and I I just barely lost that game. Actually, speaking of people rating me, I just looked at the bracket. It's Hyperion who I was facing in that game.
I also
Unbelievable.
faced
Get outta
Hyperion
here.
and the Strange
kidding.
Vest Barnchi. Freaking, I never pay attention. I never press X. I'm so bad at remembering to press X, and I'm so bad at looking at the indicators on screen where it says, Barnchi's Strange Vest, and the Strange Vest Barnchi just, ugh.
Strange Vest Barnchi. Next time I see it, I will go ham on its face.
I kept using physical attacks, being an idiot, and I did end up losing that match. It was pretty unfortunate. Not just that, but there was I forget what it was. The beginning of the match, something really bad happened. Oh yeah, I swapped in my Tortonite into a cage, and with a bad opponent.
Mm-hmm. So all of that said, the foundation is going to be back this week, bigger, stronger, better than before.
Well, maybe not bigger.
Well,
because
stronger.
I don't know that we're gonna have more members competing. We might, but stronger maybe.
Yes.
More knowledgeable.
I know stronger
sure.
for myself.
Everybody but me.
Because on my team, I had Tukai for all 5 games. It got banned 1 game, and I had the opportunity to run it my 4 other games, and I never picked it once. There's never a situation where I was like, Tukai does something here for me where I want it on my team with Whiplump. Like, if I didn't get Freeze rolling, Whiplump and Calibus were still terrific picks that could do other things on my team.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have like the perfect opportunity for Freeze, Whiplump did, or not Whiplump, Tukai did nothing. So I definitely need to take that off of my team. And I'm actually going to be competing with 8 Temtem next tournament, because this tournament it felt like I had 7 Temtem and Tukai. So
You know,
we will see.
I wish Momo, Snowstorm Momo was not such a garbage trait. Like
Yeah.
one turn activation is just the stupidest thing. Like chamomile activates every time it swaps in. Like if it runs out, you swap out and you put it back in. Chamomile's active again. And that is, oh, I mean, I know it's an equipable item, but Protector on Kinu every time it swaps in. And really, Momo can't just activate Cold every time it comes onto the field. It would make it the trait usable. It's
Yeah.
not a usable trait with a one turn activation. It's completely useless. Um,
It's it's one turn, or rather it's 2 turns of cold, but effectively only 1 turn. And only if they don't have cold already, it can never freeze anyone. It can only start a freeze, which when you're starting your freezes rolling, you always want to start with the 3 application of cold, which is just like, thanks, I'll never use this. And then the even like, because I thought about putting Snowstorm Momo on this team because I have one.
mhm.
The even more difficult part about Snowstorm is depending on your the speeds of the Temtems you're rolling with. If you swap in at the start of the round and your opponent swaps out a slower Temtem, which normally you want to freeze slower Temtems, the freeze applies to the slower Temtem because your swap goes at the start and then their swap goes, or they swap out, and then the Tem that swaps in to take that place is no longer has any cold on it. And it's just really an icky trait when compared with how good Stab Master is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a good trait. It's really just not. I mean, as long as it only applies cold and it doesn't actually like freeze ever, because as long as it can't freeze, I think it would be a good trait as long as it could activate, at least, once every 2 turns or something. Maybe not every turn, but just like, whenever like if it swaps in and if something isn't cold, it could apply cold. I don't know.
Yeah, or like I don't know, you Snowstorm just needs to be completely reworked for like the flavor of the trait. I feel
Mhm.
like it should interact with cold in a different way. Of like if a Temtem gets the cold condition while it's out on the field, like Momo gains a stage of speed or something,
Yeah, I mean,
and then that would.
Subaki's saying that it would be OP with, a really fast Whiplump or Oshiara. And I mean, that's probably true if it was able to activate super often, but it needs to be able to activate more than once. Like
Yeah.
maybe give it like a 3 turn cooldown or something. Just
Ooh, that would be interesting.
there's
Traits with internal turn cooldowns.
yeah.
I don't think we have one of
Because I
those in
mean, it,
game yet.
it it activating every time it swaps in would be really OP, but because it's not quite the same as buffing, like Kinu swapping in, you can still do like I don't know, like they're not frozen. Like frozen, you literally can't do anything. You're helpless. Harm, there's nothing that could be done. Although I think that doing physical attack damage to something that's frozen should remove like a turn of frozen or something like that. Or, like I think you should be able to like break it, like if you're doing physical damage.
Or do it like Pokemon. 33% chance to unfreeze. Can I do something this turn? No. Can I do something this turn? No. Can I do something this turn? Yes.
Hey,
Thank
hey,
God.
hey, don't talk
I
trash
kid,
about
I kid, I
RNG.
kid.
I love RNG in my
Mm,
battles.
yeah. But yeah, my freeze team, I I actually had more tempo and control, and I never froze anyone at all tournament long. But I did win a couple games and exert some terrifying pressure. But I did get super steamrolled by Quetzalinol teams, which I was
Me
hoping to.
too.
Yeah.
How did you get steamrolled with water Thames?
I don't want to talk about it.
How did you get
We're
steamrolled with water Tems? I mean, I got steamrolled by a Quetza player, and I reworked my team to specifically adjust for Quetza because it's super obnoxious. But now I keep forgetting that I need to ban crystal types, so that's been a problem.
There is a strategy in pick and bans that it's really ridiculously hard to explain how to do this. And I don't have words for it, but I just know it when I see it. There's a way you can set up your picks and bans by baiting your opponent into this, and I got baited really hard. Where you get you're obviously, when you build teams, you have answers for things on teams. I have answers for Quetzalinol. When you limit those answers of what your opponent can bring, and you force them to pick one of the answers for whatever you're doing, like as your main strategy, like, you know, if you threaten that if a Tim gets through picks and bans, and you're going to ban it on you, or it gets through the first wave of picks and bans, and you're going to ban it on your second ban, and it's like, you got to take that because that's your only answer to what I'm about to bring. The issue then becomes whatever answer you lead the game with, your other slot is incredibly vulnerable. And I just was not paying attention. And I was just like, yeah, I've got everything for Quetza. My first Tim got hit by Quetza neutrally. And then I had my Calibus on the field in my second slot, which, you know, is obviously my tank for Quetza. I didn't want it banned out, so I had to bring it. But what that meant is everything else that was on my team that wasn't, you know, my water Tims, was super susceptible to it, which just meant Dave Goblino just hit my right slot, doubling in every single turn, and Calibus couldn't deal enough damage to kill, you know, the Quetza tempo users before I lost like 3 Temtem. And, you know, by the time I was down 3 Temtem, it was already over. It was like, poof, I dealt with Quetza, but I don't have a team. It's something that happens where, you know, you can just set up a way where it's just like, all I do is int this one slot, int this one slot, and then just go ham on it and win the game by ignoring the other slot. Someday I'll pay more attention to it, and I will have ideas and strategies on how to set that up, but I don't now. Unfortunately, I just, you know, you notice pick and bans once it's too late.
Yeah, the pick and ban is honestly where I lose a lot of my matches. Especially, you know, I don't really I have a hard time getting a plan, like looking at their team and setting up a plan, like picking a good first pick. And then usually, like when they pick something, I'm like, oh well, I need to pick this because I don't want them to ban it or whatever, and just I lose a lot of my battles in the pick and ban phase, and a lot of times I forget to ban the important stuff. Like right now, Crystal is such a pain in the ass for my team. With
pain in the patootie.
with Grumper being weak to Crystal, with Nagais being weak to Crystal, with Pocus being weak to Crystal. It's just no fun.
You running Nagais on your new team?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, I swapped it up after the tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I now have the guys in Goulder. And
did you drop
Ukama.
Pocus?
No, Pocus is still there.
Okay. Who'd you swap out for Nagais?
I dropped.
If you don't remember, Wolfie. It's fine. I was just
I dropped Wolfie, and I dropped somebody else.
Wolfie's such a weird Tim. I want it on every one of my teams always. But the things I was putting together for the tournament, you know, I sent you a couple of my team ideas. I don't think any of them had Wolfie on them. I just could not appropriately slot it in where it felt like reasonable to have Wolfie on there, other than like Wolfie's just a good Tim. Doesn't help my strategy at all. It's just a good Tim with good typing.
Yeah.
There's so many Tims I want to use, and when I'm team building, I constantly feel like I'm just missing one puzzle piece. But anyways, let's finish up talking about the tournament. So that was our experience in the tournament. I actually, again, unfortunately, I have not been staying to the grand finals of these tournaments. I've been watching to the semi-finals. Trotter went on to win the tournament. I did see two of Trotter's matches, though, and Trotter is just such a force to be reckoned with in some of these tournaments. And God of Despair got into the semifinals and into the finals. Unfortunately, I didn't watch the grand finals match. I don't know if you did, Gaijin.
I had it on the side, but I was working, so sadly
Okay.
again I didn't get to watch a ton of it. But yeah, I know Subaki, poor Subaki went 5-0 all the way through Swiss and then just couldn't clutch it in Top Cut. Um but Trotter did play really well. I watched the Subaki Trotter matches pretty closely, and Trotter did do well.
I'm trying to remember what Trotter is running. I know Trotter is notorious for running a Stolly Tortnite team. In the past, it's like one of his signature Temtems. I just can't remember if he had it this tournament. Um,
Sorry, Vaziazi says Trot is an Iceman, doesn't feel any pressure at all. And Tsubaki said he was running an off meta team, which is hard to handle if you've built a team to handle meta. And he plays it really weird.
yeah. I just remember seeing Trotter's team, and it's like, I don't want to fight that. I would hate to fight that. Then the other person in the top cut was Funky How, that I was spectating on my own. Anybody, Funky How got to the semifinals, but anybody who doesn't um watch Funky How, like, Funky How is a great person to just kind of search and see if he is playing.
In a match.
Funky How, I think, is probably like the most iconic Valash player, and like Funky How stands Valash in situations where it's like, why would you pick Valash here? And finds opportunities to get it rolling. That it's really an art. And I remember I didn't fight. Well, I did fight Funky How this tournament, and he kicked my butt. But I fought Funky How when we used to do the Temporium dailies.
Before you
And
hold on one second,
okay,
I'm gonna let you keep talking. I'm gonna step away for just a minute. I'll be right back though.
okay.
So you go ahead and keep talking.
We used to do the Temporium dailies, and I just remember, like, you're not, because it was Turby and Funky How who used to run Valash, and I was like, you guys are not gonna get this stupid Valash set up on my face. Ha! I answered, and I forced it to swap out, and I'd play the whole match, and I'd lose like one Temtem that was like my Valash answer, but I never would think about it because I already dealt huge damage to the Vlash, and I won the game. And in my mind, it's like, I won the game. The Vlash can't swap back in. I'll kill it when it comes back in. Comes in on a kill, and then it just lives at 10% HP over and 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 over again until you run out of Temtems. So anyways, I am never bold enough to put Vlash on my teams because I just don't trust myself with it, but always nice to see. Gaijin stepped away, but I think that is all I had to say about the weekly tournament. So we'll have the video feed updated as soon as he gets back. Funky is Death the Valash Master, yes. Our next bit of news for tonight is a community guide that was shared with us. One of the popular strategies currently in the meta is Quetzalinol Aggro. And I should have credited whoever made this guide. Let's see if it's on here. Credits East25, Tafiel, Plus OP, Tim.Team, and Senior Plat, Tsubaki-chan, Setsuka, and Zix made this guide, and it was sent to us by a viewer last episode. And it is a Quetzalinol Aggro guide. So I'm going to put it in the notes of this show when we put this on YouTube, so anybody can click and read this. But it basically explains kind of how the Quetzalino meta is set up currently. And generally, there are 3 Tems. Well, generally, there are only 3 Tems that have access to Quetzalinol: Raiken, Kapire, and Koish. And you want 2 of them on your team. So if one gets first banned, you have the option of still running the other one, and you can't be denied your Quetzalinol strategy. And then same with your neutrals, you want 3 neutrals on your team so you can always have access to that juicy synergy. And it explains what each of the Quetzalinol users offers and what is why a reason you might want to run them. And then it gives you other options of what you might want to run into, and then kind of how to look for your picks and bans when you are setting this up. That said, the Quetzalinol aggro, we'll see how long this lives into Sapanku. I think we'll see it for a good little while. I think it's just hard to say like how Sapanku is going to change the meta until we get there, because every time I think one Tim is going to rise in value or prevalence, it makes me think like another Tim is going to be even more prevalent. Like just the circle we were talking about that might make Molgu as a digital Earth, even though right now it's only listed as a digital Tim, useful, because more Earth Tims are being ran to wall out and deal damage to electric Tims, and then also digital Tims, even though I think water is the one that deals lots of damage to them. Water coming in and being prevalent, water might be scared by electricity. If we get electric Tims, that might push out wind Tims, which might make toxic teams, which are already really devastating, even more prevalent. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Right now, all we can do is speak on the meta we're in. Quetzalinol's great, deals a lot of damage, breaks through a lot of things.
It does too much damage. It is way too powerful for a turn 1 move. For a turn 1 move and synergy. Like I feel like all the synergy should do is reduce the stamina cost and not buff its damage, honestly.
I wouldn't even mind if Quetzalinol dealt like 90 damage, and then the synergy just gave it embers or something, or gave it not
burn for one turn or 2 turns. Like it feels broken. Like it's such a powerful move, and especially when it has synergy, people have found great ways to work around it.
Only buffs damage by 5, but it also gives it that
priority.
+3 priority, which is the real terrifying thing.
Okay,
of it.
I mean,
makes you have
it may only be
do
5 damage.
It all over the place.
It may only be 5 damage, but it needs to be less than that, though. Honestly, still like the base damage.
Synergy deals 1 damage.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, think about Quetzalinol without synergy. Just dealing the same amount of damage, but Quetzalinol with synergy increases priority, does like 1 damage, like double edge, but also does like stat raises for your team or something like that. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I want Sapanku now. Is it like
Sapanku now? When?
I can't remember. Did they say they were going to be doing a delay? Like is because they said, last I heard, they said end of March, beginning of April, or did they release another update by any chance saying something different?
So yeah, we don't have an exact timeline on Sapanku. We're looking at early April for it, which is coming up very soon. This is a bit of news that we didn't cover because I didn't want to just put like every single tweet on here. But there was a Crema employee that tweeted out earlier this week that they're working on writing up the Sapanku patch notes. They tweeted it out over the weekend. And so I thought tonight, as recording this episode, we'd have a Sapanku like announce time, and maybe like the patch notes rolling into Tuesday. But if we don't have, most of the time Crema so far has been updating on Tuesdays. If we don't have them now, I'd probably say we're looking at like next Tuesday at the earliest. And not this coming Tuesday. Which is, It is what it is. We've waited this long, and it's right there, dangling right in front of us.
I
So,
know. I just the closer we get, the more impatient I get. Like,
yeah.
like I
I
just
mean, they showed
we've
me
we've
Molgu, and I was
all
just like, I want it, I want it.
we've all been waiting for so long, and I think all of us are pretty much already tired of radars at this point.
So Gaijin, we're about to move on to Tortnight's Garden, but before we do,
Yeah.
can you pull up the Quetzal guide and just, give like a what's her name from Wheel of Fortune, Vanna White, like
Vanna White.
scroll thing of just like,
Here,
here
let
we
me
go.
let
Oh,
me
look,
go
there we
ahead
go.
and
So I will
scroll
make sure
here.
this is in the show notes for anybody who wants to look and read this, and I will also link it in Twitch chat right now to get your strategy
I feel
rolling.
really bad right this moment because I don't 100% remember who gave us this.
Oh, I don't remember. It was a viewer who sent it to us, but
Yes.
unfortunately, at the bottom of the documents, they do credit all the people who worked to create it. So
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah,
wait, was it Zick? Zick, was it you? I can't
it
remember
was
who.
Zick. Zick's name's on the list.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you, Zick. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was trying to remember. So yeah, this is a guide for Quetzalinol Aggro, how to play and win. So basically, it goes over the core Tems on the team. It gives you a really good in-depth breakdown of what those Tems do, and the moves that you should be using on them. The equip items. Don't run e-drink, run sweatband. Um, so like there's a lot of super great information here. So you've got your core teams, you've got your splash options here. So these are, you can pick and choose which one of these ones you'd like because they'd all fit. Am I a joke to you? What are you doing?
I just went over this, Gaijin.
Dang it. Well, I wasn't
I didn't want to
here.
interrupt you.
I
You're on a
wasn't
roll.
here. Well,
Fair.
here's the Vanna White roll, everybody. I'm sorry for the double
No, keep
information.
going. You're actually adding more insight that I didn't go over. So.
No, it's fine. The threat down actually is super useful. Super useful. Because for me, like I said, pick ban is the worst section for me, the worst part for me. Like I feel like learning your team and what you hate is probably key to climbing TMR. I've been having such a hard time. Every time I hit 900 TMR, I crumble. I go right back down every single stinking time. Did you cover this too?
What? No. So this is the next one. I
Yeah,
wanted you to bring up
Mongoose.
Tortnight's Garden. So the next thing we are going to cover is a community website that was sent to us by Rarzi last week. Some people in the community have come together and made a good landing hub that has popular upcoming Temtem events on it. It's got an event calendar. It's got a leaderboard of who's currently kicking butt on the ladder and who is getting butt kicked on the ladder. It's got a Temtem pricing guide if you're too scared to talk to people on Discord to learn what Tims are worth. And then it's also got a tier list on it, which I definitely want to spend some time talking about tonight. And I'm pretty sure we're doing okay on time.
Hey, Dave Goblino's rank 2.
Yeah, Dave Goblino's ranked too.
Setska.
We'll see how
Oh,
long that
damn.
lasts.
Setska's 1849. I think Setska totally kicked my butt in the joust. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Wait,
let's do the top five real quick. We've got
Sweetie
Ice
Poo,
Red
you're
Bennett.
not even high enough to be on here yet. You pleb. Sorry.
Well, soon when he gets above the 15.
Yeah.
Let's
we'll
do
be
the top
doing
five. We've got Ice Red at number one, also known as Bennett in the community. Dave Goblino at number two. Setska at number three. Aki, I am unsure. I haven't met this player before.
it. Are
At
they?
number four, and a Lola at number five. And oof, Alola at number 5 with 1,797 TMR with 1,271 games won. That is a heck of a
Funky
grind.
How has 1976.
Yeah, but he's in 6th place. We don't care about top 5. Funky How's a garbage player. I heard he just barely beat Presby Kennedy in the weekly tournament. So
take him down.
I kid.
Take him down, Funky.
He did already.
Aki is in Ronin. Okay, Aki's in Ronin. Yeah, I mean it's a new name to me, but then again, I'm very new to competitive, so I'm sorry, Aki. You're obviously super good though.
All right, so yeah, that's interesting. We've got a leaderboard,
and
maybe
like this
we'll
stuff is actively updated. Last updated March 12th, 2021 for the price guide. They probably have not changed a lot since March 12th. So this information is probably still very much up to date. And
yeah, and if you
got
want
the
for the
events
leaderboard,
calendar, which is also
don't
cool.
forget too. If you ever want to check on any of these players, you can search their names in game and just look at their trainer card too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, I think this website as it goes is going to be super handy, super useful. You can register, create an account. I'm not sure what that does yet, but the website's really nicely made. It's got a lot of great information. There's an option to join the Discord down here. There is a donate function if you find the website useful or helpful, or if it's just something you enjoy. It's really impressive. I like it a lot, and I hope to continue to see it updated and grow.
All right, the next one I want to talk about on that site, if you pull up the tier list, everybody hates. Some people hate tier lists, some people love tier lists, but it's really good to learn why people are running certain Tems and what to expect when you queue into the ladder, so you know how to build your team appropriately.
Yeah,
so we don't have
you
to go
just
over.
You just use Kinu, Nagais, Koish, Yowler, Cernif, Volarend, Volfi, Valash, and you're good to go.
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of a garbage team though. Because Nagai is like what? Nagai's water custodians.
No, you've got Yowler. You got Yowler here.
Yeah, but Yowler's the only Tim that can function with Nagai's out of that list.
Yeah, but mostly all you ever have. Yeah, but with Decidora, you usually only use Nagais and Gulder. And even then, like, you don't usually, like, the rest of your team isn't designed around going 100% slow, because you still need stuff that has to, like, keep up even. Because when a guy dies, you want to have a slight advantage option still.
Yeah, fair enough. I feel like if you run that team and you just take, like, all the top tier Tims, you don't land with something that usable as far as a team comp goes. But it's understanding, to pick and choose like how to make your teams that makes it good.
Covering your weaknesses.
Yeah.
Making sure you have usable synergies.
So everybody defines their tier list a little bit differently. So for the purposes of what they classify on the site as S
Vazzy was involved in
this. A, B plus, B, C plus, C, and D tier. I would like to at least just establish their definitions of it. So S tier, by the purposes of this chart, is a meta-defining Tim. A plus is a mathematically OP Tim who has really great numbers on paper. A is a very good with very few weaknesses or very high potential.
I'd like to just go off and say that a 4 times weakness to mental is not very few weaknesses.
Well, there are no S or A plus mental Tims, so it's just
wait,
no,
what?
Kid.
Nagais and
yeah, it's sarcasm. I think Scunch is good for other reasons, but it's the very high potential.
Scunch is definitely an A caliber Temtem. You just keep it away from mentals, and otherwise it does incredibly good.
Yeah, B plus is very good, but have some weaknesses. B is just average Temtems that are in the middle of the road. Some weaknesses, some really strong strengths. C is not great, but have some niches that make them good. And the Danger Noodle and Sparks Kazuma are down there. C
Why
is
is Tataru? Vazi, you helped curate this list, and I know J Dragon, Subaki, and Senor Platt, Bennett, all you guys helped. Come on, Tataru is better than this. Tataru is not a
so
C
Tataru
plus.
is in C tier. You mentioned this beforehand. I think of Tataru as like a jack of all trades. It does everything good, but nothing exceptional. So it's like when you're
Right, it's
looking
a
for a
jack of
neutral,
all trades, but a master of none.
yeah, when
Yeah,
you're looking for a neutral perfect jabber, Scunch,
I know.
easily the best of
It's
that.
okay. Once Tataru gets Electro Punch, it's going right to Z tier.
Z tier Tataru, let's go.
Most tier lists
No,
in other games that I played have a Z tier for broken characters.
it's in C plus for the C tier because it is CEO Tataru, so there's reasons. There's reasons.
Yeah.
Um, the next is the just C tier, not great and have big weaknesses, and then D tier, very bad, fill no roles, and are outperformed by other Tims in their niche. And
Poor Mudrid.
poor
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 Osukai.
Mudrid, poor Taifu, poor
I mean,
Rockwater Koish.
everybody's sleeping on special attack Osukai. So
I think people are sleeping on cheer up no speed Taifu. Like
I've seen a lot of people running Taifu recently, like super support Taifus. I don't know
yeah,
why everybody is memeing on ladder with it, but it's a thing.
I very much enjoy Taifu. I have a ladder team because I have a Luma Taifu that is I'm pretty sure the team is pretty nasty on ladder, or at least I'm
Why
just
does it
not
have
playing
such a
good
bad
TMR.
attitude?
Because it says rude things about the opponent, and then yeah, we don't talk about that. We're not going to get reported for griefing. But anyways, that's how the tiers are defined. I just kind of wanted to talk about where some of these are placed at. So obviously, our S tiers are Kinu and Nagais. A pluses are Koish and Yowler, and then A is Skunch, Momo, Volfi, Volorend, Cerny, Valash, and Moflank.
I would argue that Volfi might be A plus. Yeah, I feel if anything, it's between A and A plus. It's
For Team Elusive.
Yeah, Team Elusive is stupid. It's such a I mean, I would even say, I mean, okay, it's not a meta defining trait, but it's really good. And it's typing. I mean, Earth neutral, like it's it's crazy. I mean, it's such a good typing too. So I mean, I don't know. I would argue it's slightly better than A, but sorry.
Yeah, and
You can keep naming off the
it's
pictures
fine.
if you want.
That's no, I just wanted to list the S, the A plus, and the A because I think all of those are undeniable that they're at the top of the tier list. Without question. Then there's other things within the tier list that I feel in my personal rankings I would move up or down as far as like how I view them as like useful. And I was curious on what you think about Barnshee and Calibus both being in B tier rather than A plus tier. I think one of the things
Calibus's trait being mucus now, I think is going to be really useful.
Both mucus
Sipanku.
and toxic skin are both incredibly awesome traits.
I mean, yes, the poison ticks are nice, but I think mucus is going to be really handy. And Barnshee,
I run a mucus Calibus before it was cool, so
Barnshee, honestly, it doesn't feel B plus to me. It's such a good Temtem. And Mix too. I think Mix is a little low on this list personally. But I guess it all depends on whose hands it's in.
Well, and so that's why I wanted to define the tier lists before we went and talked about it because they define A as very good with very few weaknesses or very high potential. When I do my own tier list, I define the tier list on, like how really, really in sync do you have to be to play that Temtem, or can you just use 3 brain cells and, will the Temtem perform even
Yeah.
if you yourself are not like capable?
Like mix is
And
something that has to be thought. You have to think about how you're playing it. And Barmshi, once we get into Sapanku, will be the same. Even right
yeah,
now, it's
when we get into Sapanku,
because
but I feel
Grumper,
like,
but
yeah, I feel like Barnshi, there's like virtually no bad Barnshi builds unless you're going like for a physical attack time split Barnshi. No, time split's even a special attack. So, uh, like there's virtually no bad Barnshi builds. If you go neutrality, it's pretty great. If you go air specialist, it
it
does
does
so
so
much
much
damage.
damage.
And the main thing that kind of holds Barnshi back is the fact that it can be Quetzalinoed off the field with just, its
Strange
physical attack.
Vest.
And now people are running Strange Vest Barnshi. It's one of those Temtem that you can just like, all right, Barnshi, Hypoxia, you're gonna get value. Like,
Yeah.
unless you're attacking, like a anaerobic Voloran, I feel like Barnshi's just one of those things that just performs.
I
Um,
hate anaerobic Valorant so much.
Yeah, but it's very good, but has some weakness. So I see why they put it here. And for like this tier list.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
but as
oh, Tsubaki did. You comment. I'm gonna read this,
well,
and
I
then I
was gonna
might read it
say
on
for
air.
for people that are higher caliber that made this list, Subaki, Vazi, Alto, Shiro, Jade Dragon, Bennett, Senior Plat, like they have played more games than pretty much, you, I, and a lot of other people combined. Um, and they've tried everything. I would say they've probably tried most builds that you could probably think of on these Tems. So I mean, I'm definitely inclined to believe them and their knowledge, even if I feel like something should or be
I
slightly different. I think that it's an incredibly good list. It's very accurate. Even if
I
something might need to be a little higher in your opinion, I feel like it's still really good.
everybody's tier lists are different, and this is like a collective tier list, and I wouldn't change this either because it's their tier list and how they value these Tems. But I would say do not discount your own knowledge and experiences in this game,
Hmm.
in anything you do. And I'll go on to a little side example, and then we'll kind of move back onto this. I have 2 examples actually. The big one is League of Legends. The people who know the most about League of Legends and come up with the strategies and have like all of the knowledge crunch are not the best League of Legends players. There's a lot of things that go into playing a game and an esport of your nerves, your ability to make decisions under a time crunch, etc., beyond just your knowledge of the game. That all contribute to being like a really good player. So I would say even if you don't have 10,000 TMR, you still have an opinion that's valid from your own experiences.
Oh, absolutely.
Uh, but moving on from there, bringing it right back to Tsubaki-chan, the man himself, um, playing with this team is I've seen some of the strategies and things that Tsubaki like runs, and obviously Goulder's like B tier on this. If you understand what a tier list is and how the Tims fit into that and what you might expect out of it, you can take things like Saku, Adoraboros, even Tort Knight and other things from like lower in the tier list, and if you come up with the strategy to accurately handle it, that you can't just live and die by like the tier list is this of like these Tims are here and here. And I'm only speaking from like my experiences of just like when I'm making my teams and making my decisions on things of just kind of like I know personally I tilt pretty hard I tilt pretty hard when I play, so I need Temtem that, if I'm behind a turn, I didn't have to set them up last turn, that I can still kind of like, okay, calm down, get back into it. And that's like why I put my A tier at who performs regardless of if your brain cells are performing or not. And sometimes just inting hard with a hypoxia or tornado with Barnshee might be what I need to get me, back into a game. Or, crystal biting with Gaialis. Like, my Gaialis is a game turner. It's got it's got mirroring, it's got a whole bunch of attack, and sometimes I throw it out into some really bad situations where it's going to take huge amounts of damage. It gets a crystal bite off, and then it gets Psy Surged, and then it kills the Nagais, or it kills a mix or something.
I think we'll see. I think we'll see Turok move up the list here in Sipanku.
Yeah.
Turok with Schween's horn, baby.
Yeah, I'm just catching up on chat a little bit. I wasn't coming after you at all, Tsubaki. I think this is a really well put together tier list. I just think it's very important to understand why people make tier lists and how they define them. Another really prevalent thing that kind of harkens back in my mind was when we started playing Temtem. There was a big community content creator, I say in quotation marks, by the name of Karth. And one of the things he'd do at the end of every one of his streams was adjust his tier list and explain why he put things on it. And it was just the funniest thing watching, because people would just flame him. And I don't endorse this, of just like, why would you put this, Tim? It's like, because I've never seen this Tim perform well, and when I use it, it's bad. It's my tier list. Leave me alone. And if, like what Gaijin said earlier, if you just take like the top Tims off of here and you don't do well, then the tier list, you gotta take time to understand. But I really like this because you're gonna see a lot of Nagais on the field. You're gonna see a lot of Kinus on the field. You're gonna see a lot of Koishas on the field. You're gonna see a lot of Yaluros on the field. A lot of Scunches. I think the the S through A is exceptionally well done, and I want to change a thing. There's just other things that's just like, oof. Some of these other Tims, if you're thinking in terms of usability, like you can get some great usability off of a lot of things on most teams, all the way down into like the B and C plus tier. Like it's unfortunate, and I hate that I'm gonna say this out loud, but Guardian Shuin is just, it's looking spicy. Like, I feel like we're on the edge of unlocking something super amazing with that. And I, unfortunately, in my personal opinion, wouldn't put Shuin on the same tier as Rolder. But that's just where I'm at in life. And other people can occupy different spaces. So the beauty of a community is the community. That said, I think that was our last
that
topic
30-minute
of the
spiel
day.
said. Are you sure we're done after the 30 minutes?
I'm sorry, Gaijin. Is there anything you want to go off or go on in
No,
that topic?
I'm not.
I
going
told you
to
I had opinions about this at the top of the show.
I'm not going to make everyone's ears bleed with more discussion after your 30-minute rant with not allowing me to speak.
I'm sorry, Gaijin. I will give you 30 minutes to talk about whatever you want next episode. How's that?
No. Well, that was our main topic, folks, apparently. Since it was the longest discussion on the entire show.
Gaijin.
Well, it's nice to see you getting passionate about competitive again, Kennedy.
You gave me beef at the start, and it's like, we shouldn't have a main topic if it's the last thing we discuss.
No.
But
I mean,
fair.
Because I always say that because you say our main topic, and then it's like a 15-minute discussion after we spent an hour talking about everything else.
Was that really 30 minutes? Gosh, it didn't feel like it.
It wasn't 30 minutes.
Okay.
I'm being dramatic.
I am legit getting excited about the game. I always rotate through my MMOs that I play, and I'm excited to have a slot to just Temtem it up with my friends now, which every Friday night I'm gonna be competing in the weekly until I at least go 4-1. Like that's my
Ooh.
goal.
I mean,
I wanna. You know what? I won't be that ambitious. I want at least 4 wins. If some of those wins come from buys, I will be okay with that. But like that's where I'm at. I'm gonna keep entering into the weekly until I place like somewhat better. And Friday nights now my Temtem slot. I stopped raiding in WoW. I still hang out with my guild occasionally, but I set that time aside to just hang out with my club and do some weekly stuff. So,
are you sure? Does the club get to talk? Because it was another 10-minute rant.
hey, we can get Sweetie Poo in here on an episode.
We should we should ask him about his grind and what it was like getting up to 1500 TMR. Actually, hold on, let me see how many. Let's see how many. Hold on. Let me see how many matches he's done real quick here. Let's see. How many matches did he do to get to 1500 TMR? All right, we're at 222.
Good heebie-jeebies.
He's
That's
at
great.
1510 TMR. I think he's literally 6 TMR points away from being on that list.
That's so great.
Yeah, we should. I'm sure he'd be happy to come on next week.
If Sapunku doesn't launch this week, yeah, let's aim to get Sweetie Poo on here and talk about the foundation.
I mean, we could still get Sweetie Poo on even for Sapunku. I'm sure he'd like to talk about it.
I'm going to put a pin in that, and I'll talk to you after the show about it.
Oh, you have other ideas.
You were there when we made these other ideas.
You've already lined people up.
You were there.
I don't even remember. You think I remember? I have no idea what we discussed at this point. It is super secret because I forgot. That being said,
you are Yu-Gi-Oh! From that one episode where the guy can read his mind, and so he starts forgetting what cards he played. Where it's like, haha, my strategy is I have no idea what this trap card is, so you can't predict it. That is actually a Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode. I don't know if you watched it.
I used to love Yu-Gi-Oh! But that being said, if you would like to send us questions, if you guys want to talk to us, send us mean things, send us nice things, send us questions, you can send those to temtalkshow@gmail.com. Again, that is temtalkshow@gmail.com.
All right, and that was everything we have for tonight. I'm down to hang out a little bit after the show if you are. We've got closing, and then the turn 30 is in Gaijin. So I'll take it away for the start of this, and then I'll just turn it over to you. For myself, if you ever want to watch a live stream, I make D&D content, and I live stream it on Twitch and upload it to YouTube. And my YouTube channel is youtube.com/c/PresBKennedy, and Twitch by the same name, twitch.tv/PresBKennedy. We live stream the show every Monday night, TemTalk show, every Monday night at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, and our Twitch channel is twitch.tv/TemTalkshow. If you are listening to this on any podcast app or YouTube, if you hit the thumbs up or you give us a like or you give us a review, we greatly, greatly appreciate it. Visibility really helps with these things. And Gaijin, where can the people find you?
Twitch.tv/itsgaijinbu. ITSGAIJINBUU. You can also find me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. You know.
TikTok.
Yeah, I put up a video of my cat today.
Oh, that's so cute.
Hold on here, let me see.
I think I still have TikTok.
I'm not gonna play the audio for it, but here's a little. She was oh god.
Hi, I'm here to blame Kennedy. What did I do?
Look at it.
Hi, Bob.
She's just loving on the floor all on her own. She's just petting herself.
So cute.
She's just laying in the sun. She's adorable. And then she's gonna roll over. Wait for her. she goes. Look at that beautiful chunk. Kisa's such a cutie. Do it, Kisa.
I mean, you could roll her over in real life.
No, she's not up here.
Oh, that is a chonky cat. Gaijin, let's cover this in the post show. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Okay. Hit us with your turn 30, and then let's get into the post show.
For turn 30, I've been playing Sea of Thieves. There's a new event. I'll leave it at that. You guys can watch me stream it this upcoming week. If you feel like watching some Sea of Thieves, we've talked your ears off this week, folks, so we're just going to go straight to the TemTalk ending. Love you guys. Thank you so much for all your support, everybody. Thank you for those who come and hang out in the Twitch chat. Thank you for everybody who just listens to the podcast or the YouTube. You know, you guys are amazing. Thank you. And here we go. All right, that's that.
All right, awesome. And I can make the thumbnail as soon as it is uploaded later tonight. I wanted to apologize, Tsubaki. I was not trying to call you out or anything.
Oh, he was Tsubaki. He was throwing shade. I was
not. How am I gonna throw shade when I didn't even make it to the finals in the tournament, so I was not trying to call you out, Tsubaki. I really enjoyed.
Don't take that shit from him, Tsubaki. Don't just ban him from anything to do with you. Don't allow him in your channel. Don't hang out with him.
Unbelievable. But did you? I did have a question for you, Gaijin. Did you end up playing scrims Sunday night with any of the other Foundation members? Because I didn't see anybody online last night.
I was not online last night doing scrims. I was working on getting myself through the story last night with Xiao Tucker.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I watched you for a couple minutes. But I came in near like the end of your stream for like the last 10, and then you were like ended up for the night. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got this. Waiting, trying, hoping for a Luma Kinu. I think that'd be awesome. Smoky Burger, what's going on? And Diddlesticks, half of TemTalk is Kennedy being bullied, as it should be. As it should be. I mean, who does he think he is? I mean, Vonlin's not here to bully anymore, so it's gotta be Kennedy.
Who does he think he is? He's unfortunately no. I would like to say I'm an up and coming Temtem player. There we go. Let's go with that.
I've only been at it for a year, but I'm up and coming. I'll make it my way.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
Kennedy Temtem streams when? Hey, look, it's Sweetie
who asked that?
The 1500 TMR player. Welcome in, the leader of the Foundation himself, Sweetie Poo.
Wait, I thought Donzo Shimaru was.
No, Donzo sucks. Donzo can't even get above 900 TMR. You think he can fucking lead this thing?
Yes. Hey, thank you for the raid, Sweetie.
Thank you, Smokey. Yeah, my voice is essentially my brand. It's the only good thing about me. I'm such a toxic jerk, so, you know, if you like my voice, come and hang out. I do stream too, but, you know, I'm such a bully.
Yeah, I've got like no desire to play ladder, but I definitely do want to get better. So I might be pinging some peeps to play some games.
Why not ladder? Week. Where are you TMR wise in ladder?
I'm like 1250, 1220, 1200? Question mark. I don't really play ladder matches ever anymore. Ladder's stressful. The problem with ladder is it's permanent and other people can look at it, and I don't ever want to be like looked at like while I'm playing. I just want to think. Like, I mean, that was the hardest thing about playing on stream.
If people are watching you. I mean, if you're streaming, you know. But hey,
Yeah, like that was
Kennedy's
the hardest part.
1221.
That was the hardest part about playing on stream was just like making decisions and still having to like process other things. Where it's just like, let me just not sit here and lean in and forehead the camera for, 5.5 years. But scrims, man, scrims are easy. Scrims are fun. You lose a scrim and it's just like, ha, I got my butt kicked. What did I do wrong there?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's hard for me. So, like, for me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty sore loser. I don't like losing. I try my best to lose gracefully, but man, do I hate it. I really, really hate it. I mean, I feel like I've done pretty good streaming competitive, but I feel like people can tell when I'm getting flustered, frustrated, angry, mad. I agree, Pat Farm. Kennedy does need to get over the ladder anxiety.
All right, so this week I will try not to procrastinate on making my tournament team. If I get it done by Wednesday, I'll play ladder with my Thursday time.
I mean, it's just a good way to practice when you can't scrim against other people, and you get a different variety of teams too. I feel like, especially your TMR. My TMR not so much. It's kind of just nonsensical at 860 TMR.
The other big issue I feel like I run into is oh my gosh, my brain just farted. Oh, tournament.
You should watch me play Mario Kart then, Smoky Burger, if you want to see Gaijin Salt. Oh, Mario Kart. Nothing in this world.
Team building.
Hold on. Nothing in this world tilts me like Mario Kart. Just nothing. That's it. It is the end all be all of Gaijin Salt. You want to see me rage? That's the game.
The other thing that is kind of really getting to me right now as making my life difficult is that I constantly feel like I need one little thing for my team, and I want to go spend money on like a Loali or a perfect Mushuk or something, but it's like Sapanku's right there, and I don't want to spend any money until Sapanku comes out. And like I was just so close to just straight buying a Loali from Rarzi last week for the tournament for my freeze comp, because I was just like, I need one more good Temtem on this team to give those juicy tsunami synergies.
At least don't spend money on mental or melee Tems. Wait, why not melee? We're getting digital. Well, is digital good into melee?
I think so. I'm not.
That doesn't
certain.
make any sense at all. That doesn't make any sense at all. What does that even have to do? I mean, of course, I'm a noob. I'm an 864 TMR player. What do you want? I'm not 1510. God.
I want the most amazing plays from you, Gaijin. The world's best.
Yeah, I'm working on not being broke. That's why I have 5 accounts. 5 dojo rematches a week, baby.
Let's go. I need to do my dojos this week. I have not done them yet.
Yeah, slowly but surely I'll get above 1K. I'm
thinking about teams, and I really like my whip lump. And I want to do just a little bit of team building here, and then we can like end it off.
I'm a huge Whiplump fan. Like, Whiplump is so good.
I don't know why it's fallen out, but like my Whiplump performed.
The thing was kicking butt. Man, I have done so well with Whiplump. I had it on my team for a long time.
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep Whiplump. I'm going to drop my Aerobic Volarin. I'm going to drop my 2Kai, and that puts 2 open slots on my team.
Pat Farm,
I'm going to bring...
It's Crema telling us that neither brains nor brawn can overcome our eventual computerized overlords. So true.
See, this is why a Mushuk would lock up this team. Turbo choreography, Urushiol synergy for the Saku.
Yeah, Ali, what does he have against 2Kai? Why does Kennedy hate 2Kai so much? User error, and all of a sudden it's 2Kai's fault?
Allie, I just did not feel like I had any opportunity to pick Tukai where it did anything useful for my team, and I felt like this last tournament I was playing with 7 Tems, unfortunately, and I just might not have slotted my team right. I can show you what I was running, Allie, and then
Hold up,
you
Allie.
can...
Whiplump is OP. Whiplump is a boss. It doesn't do a lot. I mean, it doesn't do a ton of... Well, Sharp Brain, never mind. I lied. Don't listen to me. I was going to say, it doesn't do a lot of water damage, but it do.
I was running a freeze comp for the weekly, and I just... What I was really running was I had a lot of control and I had a lot of damage and pressure. Just Tukai was just not useful for my team. I actually had some pretty solid matches all tournament long. But yeah, it just is what it is what it is, unfortunately.
It is whatever I say it is. If it wasn't, then why would I say it is?
So I'm going to take the Tukai off, and I'm going to take the Aerobic Volarin off. And then it's not really even a freeze team anymore, so... it gets into being something completely different. I can put a Yowler on here.
Allie, did you ever get off Cerbatio's Wrath on your Oshiara? I know you were playing it and you just wanted to get Cerbatio's Wrath off just once. Those monsters, why would they do that? Like, come on, just one Cerbatio's Wrath.
If only.
Gosh, every time.
Okay, I've got some good ideas. This is what I'm looking at for the next weekly, Gaijin. I'm gonna send it to you in a message, and then I'll share it on here, and I'll refine it through the week. And ideally, I can walk in with a stronger team comp, because my team, one of the issues with my team was it didn't really make it through picks and bans in a meaningful way.
What?
Like, if the freeze strategies got deleted in picks and bans, like, it still performed, but it didn't come with like powerful win conditions into the game. So that's what I'm gonna fiddle faddle with this week, I think.
Fiddle faddle.
Yeah.
I need to... Oh, I like it. Ooh, tuna baby. I need one. Man,
yeah. I did not want to buy this.
I like it.
I did not want to buy this Yowler, but the guy who sold it to me just gave me a crackhead deal on it. It's probably worth 110,000 Pansuns, and he sold it to me for like 85,000 Pansuns and some fur. Yeah, I told him I didn't want it, and he dropped he was selling it for... He posted, and I asked how much, and he said 160.
Yes, chamomile
and then
whip
I was just like, no. Chamomile Whiplump with Hibernate is really fun.
Yeah,
I
baby.
actually have I've actually won games with support Whiplump. Like, not only Chamomile Whiplump Hibernate, but Tenderness. Like, going ham.
Oh, Tenderness did so much work for me in Joust. I completely disabled Johnny Vinsmoke's team with Tenderness. Because it was all physical.
People sleep on Whiplump. I really like this Tim.
They do sleep on Whiplump. I don't know why. Like, I think once Sapanka comes out, there's more electrics. I could see why, but like I don't really understand it. Like, I know there's a high toxic, like,
yeah,
right
I guess
now,
maybe
but...
Golder is a really big issue because Golder gets so bulky. It's like it takes 3 wind moves to get Golder off the field of like heavy hitting wind moves.
Yeah, and toxic
and Whiplump dies to 2
damage.
toxic inks.
Yeah, no turn 1 pressure definitely feels rough. Cold Breeze is such a garbage trash move. And what is it?
Hey, but
Ice Shuriken?
3 stacks of freeze. Yeah.
Sure, it's 3 stacks of freeze, but you have to have something to utilize it with.
Tukai for Windburst and Hydrologist too.
Yeah, I think like I don't know. Would giving Whiplump Windburst be too much?
I mean, giving giving Whiplump Windburst though, there's not enough to differentiate it between two Kai.
Yeah, Zig, that's why we would use chamomile though. It's super useful. Plus, with that, you can get hibernate off and not be frozen. So
Yeah, that is true. I just like when I'm running a hibernate Tim, like Yowler or Whiplump, I love just the absolute making them huge beefcakes of +3 in each of their defensive stats, and it's just like my hibernate is so juicy. But I guess that doesn't mean anything when you're dying to like poison ticks like crazy.
yeah, that's true, Pat Farm.
The other one that doesn't make sense to me is Adoraboros. Adoraboros's special defense is absurdly high
So
at 146
high.
special defense with no investment in it. And I felt like if you could get its physical defense somewhere on par, like Adoraboros would be like a great wall.
Strange Vest. Just go Strange Vest to Adoro and use it as a Raikan Quetza, or I mean, just use it as a Quetza wall.
Well, the same thing happens though. Unfortunately, is like now its special defense is super weak, but Adoraboros as a wall, I just don't feel like it does enough, you know?
Yeah.
Like its toxic inks don't do anything near like what Gulder is able to spit out. Its hypnosis control feels kind of weak, and energy manipulation as control is just like difficult to use.
You can't die to sea spikes if you ban all their crystal temps.
Well, you can't die to sea spikes if you yourself are running lots of Quetzalinol. We call that breakfast.
Yeah, just go Strange Vest, Adoro, Raikan, Kapire, Koish, and then
maybe I need to redo my Adoraboros spread.
Moflank,
put everything into special
Skunch,
defense.
Tataru. Easy. Just run Ice Cubes. Ice Cubes Volaren, baby. Ice Cubes Vola with Schwin's. No, damn it. You should do, yeah, Ice Cubes Vola and
I like it.
Ice Cube Golder.
Well, okay, so what do I want on my team? I want Whiplump. I want Momo. I want Kinu. I want Calibus because I need a pivot swap for Toxic. And then for the rest of my team, what are these three Temtem doing? Do I put a Sparks Kazuma on my team? Right?
You could.
I mean, because Momo's a crazy special attacker, Whiplump's a crazy special attacker.
Yeah, but you've got, and yeah, I mean, you've got several physical attackers too, which is nice though.
Yeah.
Because only having one type of damage really sucks. Can confirm.
Maybe I put Zazir on
I
the
basically
team.
have to doom anything that has really high special defense.
I really love for Toxic Plume on the team. I just like aerobic Volarin. It just doesn't give me the beef I need. Maybe I drop Saku for Volarin.
Drop the Tem.team. So
I don't have a Tem.team for it. I'm just looking at it. I can make a Tem.team for it later.
Make one and then drop it in Foundation.
Yeah.
Sweetie likes to think he knows what he's talking about sometimes.
I mean, maybe I can just keep playing Tims I love and put Pocus on the team, and then I need another Stonewall user.
I'm trying to make a Tataru spread that works, but it's so difficult. I know, wild fella. I know. I'm really hoping that its stats kind of like work out come Sapanku.
Yeah, what's his face? Can't Tataru learn Stonewall, or is that Skunch I'm thinking of?
Stonewall? It's Skunch.
Okay. Maybe I put Skunch on this team and just Stonewall the mess out of the team.
Yeah, max HP and max speed support Tataru is really its best use right now. But I mean, I think if you could get it on like a Hypno freeze team or something and just use soft touch major slash resistance badge. But Stoneball is such a good move too. Yeah, Pat Farm. Stoneball is so good. It's just, I mean, I doubt it's gonna happen. But if they give Tataru Electro Punch, I'll lose my damn mind. Oh yeah, I've
Maybe
seen people make it work with Rage and Schween. Just, put a little bit into attack so it's got some there, but not a lot, and then put the rest into like special defense and HP speed.
maybe chamomile
What?
ukama.
Major Slash is awesome, Ali. What are you talking about? It's got one of the best animations in the game, and it slaps so good. But
We're going
yes,
chamomile ukama.
sacrifice is good. Chamomile Ukama. Why not Rock Shield Ukama?
Because I probably want to lead it and I don't want it to get poison ticks.
I mean, this way you can delete crystals though.
Yeah, I guess we drop Gaialis off the team too. And how are we handling Volphy with this team though, right?
You ban it.
I know, but I don't want to ban it because if I don't have a crystal threat, I want to ban the guys.
I mean, you
So-
basically have to deal with it through tuna.
What deals good damage to Volphy? It's just melee typing, right?
Yeah.
That's the only
Oh,
thing?
fire. I mean, Quetza does good damage to it still.
Yeah, but it hits neutral. I guess
It
maybe
hits
I put
neutral, but it does work.
Yeah. Well, maybe I put Cernif. No, Cernif dies to Quetz. I guess I do put Fire Coish back on the team.
Did someone spike your coffee? What do you
Hear me
mean?
out. Ukama does good damage into Volphy. Doesn't Volphy have
Aquatic
pretty decent
Whirlwind.
special defense?
But Ukama has really high special attack.
Fair. Yeah, you can, but I guess I take off Pocus and I need a Toxic Tim.
I'll have you
See,
know.
my issue-
I'll have you know,
my-
Ali, that a level 57 Tataru took me all the way through the story. Okay, from Deniz all the way to Kisiwa. Okay.
Okay, so for Toxic Tims, I have Calibus, I have Volorend, and I have Adoraboros. My Volorend is aerobic, and it's incredibly squishy, and my Calibus is a special defense wall, and my Adoraboros is a physical wall.
So Bonapy evolves into Kapire, which learns Quetzaltenyo, so attack. Because Quetzaltenyo, go boom. Midnight.
Quetzaltenol go boink.
Quetzaltenyo
Well,
does
see,
a
I'm
lot of
not
damage.
too terribly worried because I'm always gonna have like my Ukama or my Whiplump for most of these situations. Maybe if I'm running Ukama, I drop Whiplump because if I'm really worried about Quetzalinol, what's Whiplump gonna do against Quetzalinol? Whiplump plays well into
Sharp Rain. Sharp Rain does real good into Quetzaltenyo.
On turn 3, it's dead by then.
Sure. But it's done work.
Do I really swap out Whiplump for Zazair? No, I don't. I don't know. Okay, so wait. I take out Whiplump and I put in Mix Voloran. And I just int. Aerobic Voloran. And Crystal Spiking Mix. Yup.
No, Crystal Bite Mix. Rejuve, baby. Rejuve all the way.
Oh, what is this team?
Puppet Master's useless. I forget what tournament it was, but somebody C-spiked themselves turn 1 with a mix and had it set up so it did like just barely lived off their own C-spikes.
Okay, we don't take Whiplump off. And
Razor, he's trying to win matches. What's a 1-speed Taifu gonna do?
I would love a 1-speed Taifu. If you're selling me a 1, why did you flip your walls, Kennedy? You said Kala special defense wall and Adoro.
It was buffed up. That's right.
So hold on. I can post my Calibus spread.
Oh shit! He banned the only spread move on the other team and then spiked his own mix. Disgusting.
Let's see.
Hey, what's up, Verzi? You beautiful son of a gun.
I'm gonna share my amazing Calibus build with everybody right here. Now, I need you guys not to go and spread my TVs to the entire community. I learned how to play this from